my fourth salad. Woo! Okay, Oliver, I'm ready. Every Sunday afternoon, I try to do a little meal prep before the work week starts. During pregnancy and while working long days as a clinician, I've been trying to make lunches that are easy, filling, and actually realistic for busy schedules. This salad has become one of my favorites because it's fresh, high protein, and doesn't leave me hungry an hour later. Okay, I really like that one. Just cut off the end. Boop. Into the trash. Yep. I'm gonna toss that in the trash. I've got some nice romaine. I'm doing red leaf lettuce as well, just for a little mixture. I'm gonna shred up some carrot later on, slice up cucumber. I've got some really pretty grape tomatoes, hearts of palm, and some chickpeas for some more fiber. Just gonna shred it. Really been trying to get in some extra vegetables into my day. Vegetables are so difficult for me to get in. So I think by doing this salad, this meal prep, just kind of gets them built into the day. I'm also pregnant, so I feel like nutrition has never been more important. Definitely try to make sure I can plan ahead. So I'm just going to turn my romaine around and do some cutting this way. It's really pretty romaine lettuce. Very crunchy, crispy. I'm going to start off with just getting this romaine out of the way. I'm going to put it into my little bowls. I'm going to grab, let's cut a little more here. Just going to go this way. I'm just going to chop it in. Goodness. Okay. Same thing as the romaine. Just going to gather up handfuls of it, put it in my little bowls. There we go. Okay, I've got my lettuce going. Okay. I think I'll do the cucumber next. I'll probably just deal with half for now. I'm gonna actually do 4 salads total, so I think I'm gonna just do one and try to divvy it out as evenly as possible. So this will be for one. So I'll go into this bowl. And this one will go in the second. Later on, I'll show you what my bowls are looking like. Next, I'm going to shred up some carrot. Let me go grab my little shredder. So this is what I'm working with so far. Just a little bit of cucumber with my lettuce. Just going to take my little peeler and just shred in some carrot. I feel like this is better in a salad. Other times I would just cut it up into little sticks and bring like a hummus or something with me, but I'm just going to shred it into the salad and have it that way. Alright, I think that's a good start for this one. Just gonna make sure it's all in there. And do the same for the other bowl. Alright, this is looking really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this carrot down and call that done for these two. I'm gonna move on to my tomatoes. These I usually like to just slice in half. Long ways. And again, just to kind of keep it even, I'll probably do like 8 or so per salad. Just like that. Love tomatoes. One tried to run away. This is getting really colorful. See, grab this here. Yeah, this is coming together really nicely. I still have my hearts of palms. So I'm going to drop in a few chickpeas. Very interesting vegetable here. Oh, nice catch there, Cat. I like to just slice them like this. And again, I grabbed 4 of them. So 1 for each salad. There we go. I'll do a big one. Oh no, it fell on the floor. Oh, try not to make a mess. Okay. Okay, here's this one. All the hearts upon. That looks good. And then finally I'm going to add a little bit of chickpeas here. So I'm going to use my hands again. I'm just going to sprinkle some in, about a handful or so. Just for some extra fiber, which is really important right now. And protein as well. Alright, I'm going to press that down a little bit. I'm going to also cook up some chicken cutlets and add in the rest of the protein. This is what I have so far before our chicken is cooked. I'm actually going to fill up 2 more bowls with vegetables before we move on to cooking the protein. Alright, so I'm going to do the same process for the other 2 bowls. Boop, into the trash. Really like red leaf lettuce. I like the colors. Need another bowl. Alright, this is looking really nice and chopped, so I'm going to grab a handful of this as well and put it in my other bowl here. And now I just need one more bowl. Let's see. I'm going to use this one. Now, you'll notice my bowls aren't quite uniform or the same size. I used to do matching meal prep bowls, but over time, the Tupperware just kind of wears out. I'd like to eventually graduate to some glass bowls. I think that'd be really nice. But for now, we'll just use what we have, you know. No problem with that. I find that shredding the carrot is just a much easier way to eat carrot in a salad instead of having big crunchy chunks of it. Getting down to the very end of my carrots. This is a little more challenging than when I started. I'm going to need a few more tomatoes here, so I can do 8 in each bowl if I want to get really picky about it, which I am. Colors. So these are my 4 salads ready to go. All the vegetables are chopped. All I have to do now is cook the chicken, and that'll go on top. Of course, once it's cooled, I don't want to put the really hot chicken in with the vegetables. It might wilt them. So we're ready for our chicken. Okay, so next I'm going to get ready for cooking the chicken. I like to throw in some garlic. So I'm going to peel and mince up some garlic for the pan. Yes, we know garlic makes the world go round. Anytime I cook, almost always it starts with garlic and olive oil in the pan. Oliver seems to hate chopping fresh garlic. He always goes for the jarred garlic, which I think it's a good shortcut. But I think nothing really beats the real thing. Fresh garlic is where it's at. It's going to add lots of flavor to our chicken. I do garlic, salt, and pepper. Just keep it really simple with that olive oil, of course. I usually go for these chicken cutlets. I just find them easier to deal with, easier to portion out. And with 4 salads, I usually do 3 pieces of chicken per salad, so it's just easier to portion out that way. Heating up some olive oil in a pan. I've got my cute little cruet with me here today. I'm gonna pour that in. A good amount of oil there. I'm just gonna fire this up. I'm gonna put it over medium heat. Don't want it too hot. Just gonna swish that around, get it ready to go. Let that warm up a bit. Brought over our minced garlic from earlier. And I'm gonna do a bit of salt and some black pepper as well once we get the chicken inside. I like to see if I can gauge how hot it's getting. It's warming up pretty fast. So here in a second, I'm gonna add our garlic and just sort of let it cook for about a minute or so until you start to really smell it. I don't want to burn the garlic. I want to be careful there. I'm going to throw in our garlic here, just a little bit. You can already hear it sizzling. Might save a little bit for later. I'm going to sprinkle it on top of the meat. Ooh, that smells really good already. There's nothing better than garlic in a pan. Okay, at this point I realized the garlic was starting to brown fast. Okay, I'm going to give that a minute or so to cook up a little bit, release some of the good aromatics, and then slowly I'm going to add in our chicken. Just going to go one at a time like that. Let's swish the oil around a little bit. Here we go. Alright, they all fit in pretty well. So usually I do about 3 minutes on each side, 3 minutes per side, and then I'll flip. Just a little bit of salt and pepper. A little bit of pepper. I might add just a tiny bit more oil. Yeah, good call on that. A lot of meat in there. We don't want any of the meat to stick to the bottom. I did turn the heat down just a little bit, only because it just seemed like things would get a little bit sticky if I didn't. So about another minute, I'm going to flip these. Smells really good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and give these a nice flip. Let's see. Start over here. Nice color already on that one side. And some garlic going on. So far, so good. Gotta be very careful. I've splashed myself with hot oil before. It is not good. Okay, so there's another flip. I'm gonna wait another 3 minutes or so. So about 3:49. Oh, I thought you guys could see the clock. I guess not. 3 more minutes. I'm gonna flip these. I'm gonna add a little bit more seasoning as well. So we get this side. A little bit more pepper, a little bit more salt. I think I'm gonna add the rest of my garlic too. Because why not? More garlic never hurt anyone. I think I'll turn the heat down just a bit too. Get it off my fingers. Ooh. Okay, about another minute or so, I'm going to give them another flip. Slippery little guys. Ugh. I realized that could have been so much worse, but hey, we got through it. Well, we had a little mishap with the camera. Well, this happens when we're cooking. I'm sure they're cooked really well. And be careful not to knock the camera over, right? Yeah. I'm sure I'll flip them at least one more time. I like to get them a nice dark brown, if I can. I'll go ahead and remove these smaller pieces out of the pan. They're probably definitely done. I'm going to kill the heat and go ahead and remove these from the pan. Put them on my little plate here. I'm going to let them cool off, and then I'm going to portion them out and cut them into like chunks. That way they go nicely on the salad and I don't have to take a knife with me to work. I've let my chicken cool off, so now it's time to portion it out and cut it up before I put it into my salad bowls. Try to make it as even as I can, serving wise. This is what I'm working with. So this one's quite small, so I'm going to pair it with a really big one. Just going to cut them up in bite-sized pieces. Take the chicken that I cut up and just put it on top of my bowl like that. I think this style of cooking is something you all in the Balkans understand well. Simple ingredients, garden vegetables like your grandmother would grow, good protein, and meals made to nourish you through a long day. Real homemade food that helps me feel prepared for the week ahead. A volley, y'all. Am I telling the audience where we're broadcasting from?
Yeah.
Say it in English.
Yeah.
Broadcasting from Appalachia,